almost all has been blown up due to the revelation and spread of COVID-19, either local and international countries. The government gave warning to every citizen, but the awareness and information were not being elaborated. Hence, more people suffered from community lockdown and experienced hunger. It also bestowed unhealthy mental state, especially for the youth. And lastly, the said virus made people sick, and the worst, it causes death. Back then, the said virus has not yet existed in our community, but the government gave warning and advised everyone to follow the safety protocols, such as washing your hands, using alcohol, and most especially, use face masks. The big question that we are curious about is the usage of face masks. How can we be sure that it can be a help on preventing the said virus? What is the maximum hours of using it? Is it still applicable to use again when you encounter a large group of people? What are or is the most effective mask on preventing the interaction of COVID-19?
Guideline to wear masks in public to help prevent COVID-19 from spreading. And we saw quite a few people wearing face masks. Some of them had on store-bought protective masks, while others were seen wearing the homemade mask.
Currently, we are experiencing a pandemic, and it is advised that people always wear masks. While under quarantine, many are seen walking around wearing face masks and face shields. It is noticeable that people are wearing different ones: cloth masks, t-shirt masks, bandana masks, disposable masks, and surgical masks, majority of which are using surgical ones.
There is a wide variety of masks that we can use, each having their own purpose, which leads us to the question, which type of mask work best in protecting oneself from COVID-19?
With the existence of different types of masks, some are still unaware of which masks works best, which is why we came up with this experiment.
The researchers' hypothesis is that the surgical mask would work best in protecting oneself from COVID-19.
In research, we are following a scientific method to make a discovery, demonstrate a known fact, or to test the hypothesis.
To test the hypothesis that the surgical mask would be the best effective in protecting oneself from COVID-19, our group conducted an experiment for us to identify which of the following face masks are good to use and which are not.
Now, we will show you how we did the experiment.
First, we gathered the materials needed, which are the cloth, t-shirt, bandana, disposable, and surgical mask. You may be wondering, what's the difference between t-shirt mask and cloth mask? Well, t-shirt mask is thicker than the other. And here, we also have candle and matchsticks. If you are not in a closed room, have something that can block the wind around the candle.
Remember that the experiments must be replicable. So now, here are the procedures that we did for the experiment.
First, made the setup in a closed room. Light up the candle and make sure that there's no wind that could blow the flame away. Next, we put the mask on and try to blow out the flame, and repeated it for 3 times. The next thing we did is recorded how many times it put out the flame. This procedure was repeated and done using each kind of mask given.
conclusion, the mask that we were wearing during the blowing of the candle but did not put out the flame on it are the effective masks.
Since we had 3 trials to blow the candle for each mask, this will be the visual representation for each trial. Now, here are the data gathered during the experiment. The blowing of the candles represents sneezing, coughing, and talking. The data gathered showed us that the surgical mask is not the only one effective in protecting oneself from COVID-19. T-shirt masks and disposable masks are also effective because they can contain the air from our mouths.